We have to lose before we can win. Seems counterintuitive, but I learned this lesson at work where we have to water a bunch of plants, right? So I was telling my coworker about this, how when I try and wheel the machine across the road, it breaks apart, because the hose that the machine's carrying is just too heavy for it. So the wheel will come off, or it will break apart if you try and carry it. It's a whole mess. And I was telling her about it, we're kind of joking about how long it takes, and she tells me, oh, you have to just wheel it across super slowly. And in my head, I'm like, that's going to take even longer, all these other things. Obviously, we're joking at this point, but she kind of just says, as if it's a movie quote, life will keep teaching you lessons until you learn them. And at first, I'm like, that belongs on a cat poster, all these things. I didn't say this to her, but in my head, I'm like, that sounds really generic. But when I looked at it, it's like, that is true. It's a lesson in self-improvement, it's a lesson in patience, because the task is going to get done either way. But there's one scenario where we are peacefully rolling it across the street, and there's another scenario where we look like an idiot trying to get it across, and it's breaking, and the wheel flies this way, like it's a Looney Tunes sketch. It's going to get done at the same amount of time, right? So even in other areas, and on YouTube right now, I saw a Mr. Beast video that tells us to replace algorithm with audience. It's not that the algorithm didn't like the video and push it enough. Look at the audience's response that did actually see the video. In acting, if I go out to audition for a show, it's a chance that the director's already casted the show before I even got there, or precasted it in their head. But that's the thing. I can't look into the mind of the director and see if they precasted it already. I can't look into the mind of the algorithm and see what's happened. I do know that the machine that we use to water the plants is just bad, but I can't control that, because all three of those things have in common, we cannot control them. I can't control what's going on there, because they're possibilities, whatever it is. But what I can control is my actions and what I can do. And maybe sometimes it is an external force. And we have to come to terms with the fact that we cannot control that. But what we can control is our self-improvement. And of course, that has lessons of patience in there. There's lessons of consistency in there. And that's why self-improvement is such a big thing, and why the only way to learn self-improvement is to first lose before we can win that new version of ourselves, right? The definition of insanity, of course, is doing something over and over again and expecting a different result, right? But we as humans do that all the time. Stubborn people, or maybe it's just me. But yeah, the only way to move on from that lesson is to learn it, and then once we improve ourselves, so we no longer have that flaw, or at least it's less of a flaw than it was before. Right. So at the end of the day, self-improvement is a lifelong journey, and the only way to make steps is to, learn those lessons and improve, right? So thank y'all so much for watching. Of course, tune next time to hear more lessons. Thank y'all so much. Have a great rest of your day.